If you always wanted to make your own good-looking iRacing livery but not known where to start, well, you've landed the right place. I'm Marcus. I've done iRacing liveries for a couple of years now, mainly for the team that I used to run, and today I'm teaching you how. First, we're getting all the practical stuff out of the way, and after that we're talking design and how you can make your livery genuinely look good. We won't be getting too much into the software because there's already plenty of guides out there that show you how to use either GIMP or Photoshop or whatever software you want to use for the livery. If this is your first time making a livery and you want to start out for free, I would recommend this software called GIMP. When you've chosen the car you want to paint, you head over to the UI, the My Content tab on the side menu, find the car and navigate to the Paint Car menu. In here you'll find a little download template button which you want to press, and that downloads the template for the car. Unpack the zip file that you've just downloaded and import the .psd file into your software, and this is where it starts to get messed up. When you've imported the .psd file into your software, you will see the most messed up thing that you've probably ever seen, and this is where I need your patience to explain this. iRacing takes the 3D model of the car and puts it into 2D onto a flat canvas with the curves and edges. You know, it has a really good layout, but it is genuinely quite hard to hit the curves and edges. On the side of your screen there are these groups, and you want to find the second group, and in there there's a layer called wire. This will make it a lot easier to see how the curves and edges of the car are, and just genuinely a lot more easy to paint the car. Every car has a completely different template, but genuinely you have the car in the middle of your screen, and then you have the front of the car and the rear of the car either on either sides of them or probably at the very top of the template. Now just use a bit of time to get more used to this because it can be extremely hard to figure out, but once you've figured it out, this is where your creativity is let loose. You know, just let your creativity just go bollocks on the canvas, because you can only learn from experimenting, and that's kind of what you want to do before you get into the more advanced stuff. If you want to see the car in 3D while you're working on it, you simply want to navigate back to the My Contents tab and the car model at the very top. After this, you want to go into your export software and press export as, navigate to the documents folder, then the iRacing folder, then the paint folder, and then the car you're painting. And when you're inside this folder, you want to export the file as car underscore and then your customer ID, which you can find on the UI at the top of your profile. So name it car underscore your customer ID and the .tga. If you've done this correctly, your livery should now be in 3D on the car in the UI. If you haven't, just go watch this back a couple of times and get it correct. Oh yeah, and turn the wire and the second layer group off before export. If not, you'll get something that looks like this shit. Once you're happy with your design, which by the way can take a couple of hours, you want to export it either as a TJ file or a PNG file. Then you want to jump onto Trading Paint's website. If you haven't created a profile there yet, you just need to do that quickly. Then you jump into My Paints at the very top, Paint Options, choose New Paint, and then you want to throw in the PNG or the TGA file that you just exported. After you've done that, it should show up right here, and it should show up in game, and everyone will be able to see the beautiful masterpiece that you've created. If you're enjoying this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community where I share setups and guides. Now, let's talk design. Design is really anything you want, but there are a couple of techniques that will make your design just look way more professional. I think a very important factor is having a direction before you start making your livery. You know, do you want a simple livery or a complex livery or a mean looking livery or just a smooth, you know, professional, clean looking livery? All of this is really up to you, but trying to make everything in one will just give you an absolute clusterfuck of a livery. So go online, find some ideas, get some inspiration, start making your livery. But once you started making your livery, choose a direction and try your best to stay in that direction. Second of all, it's basically the exact opposite. While I want you to stick to a direction so you don't make absolute chaos, you know, you also want to try and find something unique, something that makes your livery stand out from everyone else's. It's about finding the balance between absolute chaos and still having something unique on your livery. A small detail on your livery that makes it unique and make it stick out will look great, but an absolute chaos of details everywhere will just make it look chaotic. The good thing here though is a livery is not finished before you declare it finished, so you can test as much as you want, and if you regret it, you can just delete it again. The last thing I want to talk to you about is logo placement. A race car simply doesn't look complete without logos. Whether that's your own sponsors or some random logos, a race car without logos just looks naked. It's about visual balance. Now tell me which one of these two liveries looks the most visually balanced, and then agree with me it's the second one. This is because we've created a bit of space around the logo, which makes it more pleasant and less chaotic to look at. And as I've said about 1 billion times this video, designing is all about finding a balance between uniqueness and between just absolute chaos. And that's something you don't learn instantly, and that's why you need to go experiment yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've been Marcus, and I'll see you in the next one. For the love of God, please don't place your logos like this.